The Nimble with Numbers team presents Chalked Blocked with Bo Big Time McBrayer.
I gotta know what a $5 shake tastes like.
That's hot. That's hot.
I want winning, folks. You don't know diddly.
And his partner, Scott Stag Simpson.
Do you know who I am?
Trying to put Tiger Bomb on this jungle's nuts.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
I gotta catch a glimpse of these warlocks. Let's make a move. Let's make a move. Let's make a move.
Hey, you guys. Bienvenidos a Chalk Blocked, lo más guapo espectáculo de DFS en todo el mundo. Por ahora. Por ahora.
Sí. Yeah, muy guapo. Muy guapo. My nickname in high school, actually, funny name, El Guapo. Self-appointed, but true.
Are you sure it wasn't another word that rhymed with guapo, that they were calling you a bad name? Because that is really easy to do in Spanish.
No. I think as soon as I saw Three Amigos, El Guapo is my favorite character in that movie. I was just like, I'm going to call myself El Guapo. Like, that's just he's so funny. I was like, yep, I'm El Guapo.
It doesn't
now.
count if you give yourself.
Okay. Oh, never mind. I'm just saying I was the El Guapo in my class, unheralded so, but yet true.
So guapo would be the elk on the top of the old elk bourbon that I got. It came with a free pouring spout with a very surprised looking elk. He's like, ah!
Oh shit!
Why does my breath smell like bourbon?
Oh, that's an interesting. That's balls to the walls, as they say. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I don't want to mess up your intro there, but does it have?
That was it. I'm just gonna introduce him.
I didn't know if you're going to.
Yo soy Bo McBrayer, juntado por siempre con mi compañero de crimen, Scott, ágil con números.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Nimble. Oh, with is that with? Yeah, that's awesome. So that's the nimble word. That's the translation. I did not know that.
Ágil.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate that. It was cool this week in school with my kids. I got to use the word nimble. It was in a sentence, and so I didn't draw any attention myself. I just said. They said something was fleet of foot, and I said that means it is fast and nimble. That was the definition we brought up, so that was cool. It's just a fun word, and I think I talked about this before. Probably I would be adroit with numbers if my wife didn't hate that so much. I thought that was funnier, but nimble with numbers is a math program to support kids who need a little more help with math. So it just became something fun that I like to mess around with. Anyway,
it rhymes with thimble.
Yeah, well, you got a thimble full of nimble. You're good to go here, especially for the DFS slate. You don't need a lot to get a little, or a little to get a lot this year. Especially this week.
Love the first week of buys. Like,
oh my god, no
main slate with 10 games. I'm like, ooh, I love it. I want all of it. Get it
very
on my
sexy.
face.
Very
sexy.
sexy.
I want some stuck in my beard for later.
Yeah. I mean, I threw popsicle in the fridge for later. That's kind of like what I'm thinking, just like all the time. I'm gonna do DFS from now until the time football kicks off tomorrow at 9:30. Sorry. My wife said, no, you're gonna do football all day tomorrow. I said, I'll be around to help. She goes, well, how about at 1? I said, how about 2? She said, okay. I didn't tell her football started at 9:30. That would kind of wreck it, but she'll find out tomorrow.
Try coming in my house here on the West Coast where it comes on at 6:30 a.m.
Wake the fuck up, man. Get up, football.
I'm pulling, like, for the second straight week, I'm pulling an all-nighter because I know that I just won't get up on a non-work day. I can get up at 6:30 pretty easily on a work day because I got to go to work.
Yeah.
But on a non-work day, there's no freaking chance. So I'm just going to caffeinate myself, get myself dialed in, and I'll be good to go all the way through tomorrow night.
I like that.
I did fine last week. I mean, I was only a corpse all day Monday.
Well, Monday doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
No, not for me. I'm off on Mondays.
No, Monday doesn't matter at all. And you can just relax and chill at your pool if you want to. Jump in, soak, sit back, relax, get your context, sip your cognac, all that kind of stuff. So I'm right now posting Nibble W numbers on Twitter. Please follow me, and then also follow my hombre, my man muchacho, Mr. Bo McBrayer, Bo _ big time. And then also while you're over there, follow particularly his hot box batch that gives you all the access you need. But what's going on right now? I know you're kicking off something. You got something brand new. It looks delicious. I'm kind of jealous I don't have it yet. I kind of I have so much left, but I still want to get an order. What's going on right now?
Nothing new except for I did have Steven Johnson, if you know him on Twitter. He's an incredible graphic designer. I employed him to create the 2 logos and labels for the Amigo seasoning blend, which is an all-purpose blend, as well as the new name for the old product. It used to be called That's Cluckin' Hot. I noticed that it was too similar to a level of heat that they have at a Nashville chicken place here in Sacramento. So I ended up just changing the name and giving Steven an idea, and he came up with an amazing logo for my new name, Shelby Street Heat, which pays homage to the Shelby Street pedestrian bridge in Nashville that crosses the Cumberland River. It's kind of the iconic bridge across the Nashville skyline. So Shelby Street Heat is the Nashville hot blend that I have been selling as That's Cluckin' Hot. But it's got a cool new logo. If you go to @HotBoxBatch, you'll see the 2 posts. And it's really exciting because Steven did such an amazing job with Shelby Street Heat.
That's beautiful, brother. I love that.
Look at that glorious cock.
I love that cock. I just hope that's what I wanted to leverage into this. Do you see how big that cock is, man? Like, that's the biggest cock I've seen on Twitter.
It's like the size of half of a bridge.
Listen, man, I'm not a cock seeker on Twitter. I don't see a lot of cocks, man. That's the biggest cock I've ever seen. I'm just going to put it out there. If you've seen a bigger cock, let me know.
He's not too boastful. He's there in the background. He's just kind of fading in the background. He's sure of himself back there.
He's the cock of the walk, man. He owns that.
Shelby Street Heat is the same blend you've been enjoying. Everybody's been giving me incredible feedback on the flavor of Shelby Street Heat. So it's something that you can pretty much season anything with it. But what I had in mind was fried chicken and fried catfish, a la what you get in Nashville. If you went downtown Nashville and you went to a restaurant, you get some damn good fried chicken, some damn good spicy and sweet fried catfish. It's some good stuff.
Hell yeah. And let me just say right now, on Twitter Live, if you're on YouTube, we can interact with you. So if you do want to go click over on YouTube, I can try to throw that link in there as I kind of navigate.
Make sure you smash the subscribe button.
Yeah, on YouTube, it's easier to interact right now because StreamYard is not linking with Twitter Live, so we can't interact. So I know there's more people on Twitter Live. So I'm so sorry about that. We can't hear your comments.
StreamYard.
Yeah, I know.
They're in cahoots with Verizon Fios, I'm pretty sure.
Get your shit together, folks. Anyway, but we are going to jump into the Slate Walk.
You didn't show them the new logo for Amigo. Go back there.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's the one I'm really happy with because it took Steven a little bit more effort to get there.
This is one of my favorites.
Amigo is every food's best friend. And of course, I am an Australian Shepherd owner and lover. And this is not exactly the same picture of Dusty Scott met Dusty. He knows what a good boy he is. My 11-year-old miniature Australian Shepherd, Blue Merle, just like this guy here, with the wooden spoon in his mouth, with perfect because if you know anything about Australian Shepherds, they need a job to do. And so I have our younger dog will bring me my shoes in the morning because she just wants something to do and she's excited to help. My Dusty won't help because he's old and he just wants to lay there and cool down. But yeah, the wooden spoon with the Australian Shepherd is awesome because man's best friend is always going to earn some brownie points with people.
Oh, hell yeah.
Amigo is every food's best friend. You've tried Amigo,
dude. I made wings with it. I made my own Amigo paste with the juices from the chicken. It was just delicious. Oh my gosh, I did it twice. It's the best. And the thing about it is, my wife's always kind of concerned because it's coming from you. Is it hot? Is it spicy? Is it gonna get no? It's perfect. It goes on anything. So meat. If you're gonna put it on meat, I love it on brisket. I love it on if you're gonna put it on some pulled pork, whatever it is, man, it tastes great on everything.
Are we ready for the Slate Walk? On the Slate Walk, yeah. We take a little turn on the Slate Walk.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to go on the Slate Walk.
That is a model. You know what I mean.
We got my man. I love it. Smokey in the house. Love that guy. He's my co-commish in the multiverse, by the way. Shout out Shane Barrett. He got me into the multiverse. I'm in multiverse 5 and 6. He started I think he was in multiverse 3 and 4, and then he kind of taught us how to do multiverse 5 and 6. So I'm in that one. I won it last year. John Helmkamp's in there. I think he got 3rd or 2nd. But I got first in one league, and then I got second in the other league. So I think I'm like 8 and I don't know. So it's like 5. I think I'm like 8-2 so far. I think I'm like 4-1 or something. Yeah, or 7-3. So I'm holding my own again as the champ. No one gave me any money last year, so it's kind of some bullshit. But yeah, I love you, Smokey. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
that's interesting. You brought up a median league. The
first
league
year, I got a shirt. I got a shirt. Shout out. So.
Yeah, the extra game against the median. I like that format because it really does give you the extra win for scoring points. It's a really nice equalizer, and I'm only in one of those. Out of all the dynasty leagues I'm in, I'm only in one league with the median score.
It's fun,
and I'm 10-0.
Hey, how about your boy?
Hey,
speaking of 10-0, Indianapolis -10. That is a big number there on the Houston Texans.
That's a terrible spread.
What do you think about that? That's the first game here we're gonna take a look at. On the slate walk here.
They better figure out how to beat Houston first before they think about beating them by 10.
Right. I think you just got to establish the run, aka Evan Silva.
We like that guy.
Oh yeah, I like that guy. So what do you think about this game? I'm big on JT. I think he's got a lot of upside. What do you think about JT and his price? 6,600. It's not very high.
Yeah, I mean I think it's appropriate because we've seen him disappear for different games. It really depends on the script. This seems like a JT script game, which the last couple have been as well. But I think it's fair. 66 is on the low side, but if you're above 7 for a JT, you're a little bit worried that it's going to be a 90 Mines game out of nowhere. So 66 is fair. I have a good amount of JT here too because Houston's defense isn't very good. I mean, we're not expecting Houston to shut the Colts down by any stretch.
Yeah, no, we're not. So let's talk about the projected ceilings here. Who is your favorite, wide receiver between, Brandon Cooks? You've got Michael Pittman. What side are you going here? You think this game shoots? You think it goes under 43 and a hook? What's your prognosis on this game script?
I think it'll be around that total. I'm not huge in playing the total in this one because you just don't know what the flow is going to look like. It could be a repeat of the Patriots Houston game where it was a little bit higher scoring. It's just hard to say what's going to happen here. Both teams, they have had bright spots this year. Houston's looked good in a couple spots, and that's what I'm worried about for the Colts -10. But my favorite receiver on this whole slate is Brandon Cooks. His price is insanely low for what volume he's received in every game except for last week.
Right. And here's the thing that's nuts too, and maybe the inside baseball of it all. I like it. The Colts have given up almost 1,000 yards to receivers in the first 5 weeks, and then also 10 touchdowns. So that's terrible. And I mean that's Brandon Cooks is a get a touchdown guy this week, and so I feel like that's a ceiling. A floor at least of like 20 points, maybe 18 points if he does get a touchdown, maybe 6 receptions, 80 yards. Yeah, he can break 100 though. He can break 150. So he's like a upside guy as well. So I think cash there, he's a good steady. And then for GPPs, I think you said he's like one of the best plays. So
6% projected. That's not as popular as I expected. I love Brandon Cooks this week. I literally have him in every single lineup build this week. There's a few players that I have 75-80% exposure to. Brandon Cooks is my 100% player this week.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was talking to Mike about it today. He's all over my lineups, and when I saw that he was in our lineup together that we share in the clash of the Beards and the Bellies, we'll talk about that later. I was not surprised because you're a smart man. And you can see the numbers too. So I was like, that guy, no edges with Bo. You can never get
You're smart too for kissing my ass.
Never get over on. No, I was just like, it's like when you think you got somebody. Like I worked all week to get my guys, and Brandon Cooks.
We did only have the 3 matches this week though, so 2/3 of our build is different.
And that cores are different, but the Brandon Cooks was one of my like ace in the hole upside guys that I really wanted, So it's just come on. You got me at every turn, you motherfucker. Love you, man. I love that about you, though, because it gets me thinking about every guy in the slate. You can't not think about it.
Well, what's great is neither one of us read our work until we're done with our own. So it's funny because we come to the same conclusions so often. And now we're going to duke it out with Kelsey, Mahomes, and Cooks, but everybody else is different.
Right. No, and we'll get to the differences later, but those similarities are rock bottom there. Every week we have 3 or 4 that are just going to be the same. So, all right, let's jump to a game I like a little better. Anybody else in the Houston game? I like JT. You know, we like Cooks.
Pittman for cash. He's too popular for me at that price.
I agree.
For especially for a guy who doesn't until last week didn't score a touchdown.
Right. Yeah. Come on.
And the one touchdown was basically all him because Wentz basically threw up a wounded duck. And Pittman mossed a guy and then ran it in. So
and you saw the athleticism. Yeah. I mean,
he mossed Averett, and everybody mosses Averett.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one too. And then I think T.Y. Hilton's coming back. That's kind of gross too. So just
he could do great. I mean, it's a tournament flyer for sure.
Right, right. I'm saying to Michael Pittman's value though. Like if you're a Pittman truther and you're going all in on Pittman, don't forget that there's a little bit of Hilton in the background, and that guy could catch 2 touchdowns at any time just because he's in that role where he finds the soft spot in the zone behind linebackers before the safeties in those little corners, those cover 2s, cover 1s. He gets into the half the field.
He hasn't been healtty much, but when he's been healthy, he's been good.
Right. So just see that. I mean, that's somebody like a Deshaun Jackson. You want a few of them in your lineup every week. You know, there's long plays. So, all right, let's talk about this game. It's the biggest number we've seen almost all year here. I like this 54.5. It's Washington. And it's got right. I think so too. I feel like there's a defensive touchdown on both sides of this game. A special teams touchdown. So I feel like there's like a punt return for a touchdown, a kick return. It's going to be like one of those games where you're like, back to Washington. Look at this strip sack. It could be, Chase Young. Next play, it could be, Patrick Mahomes going 80 yards to Tyreek Hill. I think it's going to be a lot of points. And so I'm going over as well. What do you think about the +7 for this? I feel like KC crushes them. That's the game script I'm kind of favoring in my thought because they've come to town. And they blew out Washington a while back. And it's indicative of how far away Washington is from the best in the world. Really
irrelevant. I'm actually taking I'm taking a couple Washington money line bets because the Chiefs aren't good. The Chiefs are going to score 30 on Washington pretty easily, but they're going to give up 34, 35.
Ooh, so you're calling an upset, huh?
I'm calling an upset. I'm smashing this +7. I'm going to take a couple money line bets and parlay them with this one included. I just think Washington's a better roster, and if McLaurin plays, which all indications are that he will, this offense is going to put a big number up on this Chiefs defense. They're too good. And the defense, I think, wakes up a bit because they know who's coming to town. They knew who's coming to FedEx Field.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs are banged up. Like Mahomes he's 3rd in the NFL in the most interceptions. He's turned it over more this year already through 5 games than he did all of last season. Who called that? Can you help me out?
His name rhymes with Mo McTick Time or something like that. I don't know.
And did you realize you misspelled your own name on your little tab there?
Where?
On your little bubble.
On my bubble? Where? Oh no, I did not. What does it say?
Nibble with number.
Oh, this one number this time. Yeah, no, I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. I'll be honest with you. I made a bold move. I was interject real quick. I made a bold move last night. After waking, I've been writing all week, so I get like 6 hours of sleep each night. So Friday, of course, I stay up until like 6 a.m. or 5:45 watching Squid Game almost to the end, And so then today I was just a wreck. I took my kids out, did some time with them, and then took a nap. And so I watched the end of it too. It's amazing. I recommend it highly. But that's one reason why I'm nimble with not numbers. Yeah. And also you froze me. You beat me up 2 weeks in a row. So, I got to come back strong. I think I have a great lineup this week. Honestly, I think
you do. I love your lineup, but I just think that when I'm rolling like this, I'm especially tough to beat.
You are. You're good. You're really good.
The Chiefs are not rolling. Their defense is horrible. Their offense is turning the ball over. I'm calling the upset.
I like the upset.
I love McLaurin. I love Seals Jones. Gibson's got a good spot here. McKissick might get some run.
I like
this whole offense is going to do well. because the Chiefs defense is horrible. Have you seen Daniel Sorensen in coverage?
I just keep seeing the pictures of Tyler Matthews putting his hand up like this and just being like, "Oh, what are you doing, bro?" You know, like 3 or 4 of them. It's so funny. He
can't do it by himself. He's out there just making plays after play, and then you got Sorensen within 20, not even within 20 yards of his man.
I remember when he was like a punt team guy, you know, and he would like make the tackle downfield. Maybe he needs to go and
now he's a nickel linebacker somehow.
Gosh, now he's a touchdown sieve. So you know, single player sieve. I wonder what PFF would rank those guys fantasy relevant. You know, you're going up against the sieve this week. So, but anyway,
Sean Murphy bunting last year.
Yeah, indeed. You know, I really like Kelsey in this match. If you have him in our, clash of the Beards and Bellies, I like him just for volume down there at 7,000. I think he's a smash in cash. And then if you
happened? I mean, why did his price go down?
Because the last 3 weeks, he's averaged about 14 points per game instead of 25, 23 the first 2 weeks. So when you have that dramatic of a 10-point fall off, they go, oh, you're not capable of the 23, 24, 25. So
I want to see what his projected rostership is because it's got to be really high.
Yeah. So let's go over.
That's the lowest price we've seen him all year. He was over $8,000 twice.
Yeah. They say 14%. I'm going to go check. I'm going to do a little other check on this because we've got a couple, other metrics.
Well, I think what's helping us here is Mark Andrews at 5,200 drawing a bunch of chalk because
they say it too. Look, they say it too. Yeah. No, he
got the Monday night markdown where his pricing came out for this week before he dropped 44 points last week.
Right. He was ridiculous, you know. So no, I like that. He's not going to get you 44 again this week, but he can get you 20. You know, pretty easily. It's a great come up. It's a 4 max. So, I like Kelsey. What do you think? Who anybody else but McLaurin and Ricky Seals? Is there a wide receiver who gets anything else? Somebody you're like, hey, they're kind of on the field at all? Maybe
for a tournament, Josh Gordon.
Ooh, Josh, that sounds good. You think you'll get any flags for personal fouls in this game?
No, probably not.
No, okay. He did get a flag on him right away. First play of the game, first couple plays he played. Yeah,
you get one of those. He hadn't played in 2-3 years, so give him a flag.
Yeah,
give him a flag. Give him 1 catch for 11 yards. Fewer snaps than they thought because they had to go hurry up.
Yeah,
this game's going to be back and forth, but I don't know if Kansas City is going to be in a hurry up very much. So Josh Gordon, 1 week more understanding of the playbook. Probably has a couple more play packages built in for him. I love Josh Gordon as a flyer this week.
What do you think running back wise here? Wolf.
Gibson.
You don't think Gibson has upside? He got 2 touchdowns last week. We don't chase touchdowns at all, but we know he's capable of it. You know,
Gibson is a great tournament play this week because nobody's really looking at him.
Yeah.
But on the Chiefs side, I don't want any part of Darrell Williams. I don't want any part of Jerick McKinnon. I don't want any Chiefs running backs. They don't use them. They didn't even use CEH when he was healthy.
Yeah.
So why would I go with Darrell Williams, who hasn't done anything ever? He's been no more than a vulture for touchdowns his whole career. That's all he's ever been.
Yeah.
Why would I start that guy in DFS?
No, I mean, the only thing is if you're looking for, I don't think McKissick has a big, huge blow-up game, but if there's a narrative that they're trailing, which could be
11% for Darrell Williams, you can't.
That's
I will go to the edge of the earth to get away from that.
That's called. That's getting chalk blocked right there. You don't want to do that. You
is the easiest chalk to block in the history of chalk
of the show. Right. Well, I like that pay down. If you're going to go crazy in that, go down to McKissick at 1% and just really differentiate yourself. If you think this game shoots through somebody,
I'll take that. I'll take that free money and leverage.
Yeah, please. Seriously. That's just ridiculous. Tyreek Hill, he had his situation. I think his injuries he's fine, but we'll see. Just do you trust him? I don't have him in all my builds, but I like him. I mean, double stack could win the day.
If you don't play Tyreek Hill against Washington with the way their secondary is playing, when do you play?
When you play him, right? Yeah.
So I don't like him for cash because I don't know what he's going to look like. but in a tournament, like if I'm making a game stack out of this one, which will be pretty popular, it'd be pretty dumb to not include him because he's got so much upside every week.
Yeah, and PFF rates the matchup overall is good for him. A couple of people better.
It's not amazing.
It's not amazing, but I would say he's better than a lot of the other people. So that's kind of how it goes. Let's jump over to the next game here. And this game, I know that you have somebody who's in the clash. From this game, how I love. He's on my team in most of my main season-long fantasy football leagues that are redraft each year. You're LA Rams now fan, with Laquan against the New York Giants. Shout out Wee Man Jay, Little Man Jay. Jay and JL.
He pronounces it G-Man Jay, but yeah, we can call him Wee Man Jay.
I'm calling Wee Man. I know I'm calling him, because he's little. I'm changing it from G-Man to Wee Man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, is that
I'm
wrong?
not part of this day.
Okay,
I gave you enough shit for the Giants being a total dumpster fire.
Oh man, terrible. But I'll just say this: those guys are a part of a club that leave lukewarm glasses of water open on their bedside overnight, just for like.
I'm in that club too. You know why? What's even worse for me is I'm gonna tell on myself right now. Because I pour the glass of water and then I put on my CPAP mask. So even in the middle of the night, I don't even want to take off my mask to drink the water. So the water literally sits there all night untouched. So it's just for ornament, apparently. It's just decoration. So I pour the water, I put on my mask. I'm not drinking the water at any point during the night. I have a humidifier in my CPAP machine. So why would I drink water in the middle of the night? Why am I even pouring this glass of water? Can you explain to me the psychology between pouring a glass of water that I'm not going to drink at any point?
Yeah, it's crazy. Here's an idea instead to this. Watch. I have a water bottle. It sits on the floor next to my bed. If I'm thirsty, instead of a glass like bomb or can spill over or spider swim in, I just take this, open it, drink it, and I'm good to go. And it's just like so quick and easy. So I'm just
it can double as a weapon against a burglar.
And if you get shot in the face or stabbed or something, you can block us. Like that.
Yeah, that wouldn't work very well, but
yeah. Well, you know what? I have Mike Collins, my guy Ralph Macho Mike on Twitter, send out this YouTube link. It's like this a bed that has a place for a gun right behind it, and you just touch the headboard and the gun's right there, and it's just like a
little magnetic load.
Yeah, it's like a great commercial about it. Like it gets you all pumped up about it, and these people swinging rifles in their beds and shit. You're like, man, you're ready to blast. You know what I mean? Hope it's not just like your kids coming knock on the door.
I have a nice. I live in a pretty quiet neighborhood, so I don't have to spring for that internet purchase.
Right. Right, wild shit. So funny though. The bed spring loaded, ready for your weapon to go. So, what do you think about?
All you have to do is put it in a biometric safe with a fingerprint scanner. You're just as fast to get it out of there as you are out of a headboard spring loaded bullshit contraption.
Right. So what do you think about our boy Henderson this week? The projected rostership is 20%. Yeah, that's a high own right there.
Well, it says why? It's because the Giants suck.
Yes, there's a high suckage factor.
Yeah, the suckage factor means that some people might actually play this chalk because of how bad the Giants' run defense is. Yeah, it was bad before Blake Martinez got hurt.
That's not good. May he, come off the IR. I'm not sold though that they just get it done on the ground when they have some great weapons to get it done in the air as well. So, do you like any of the wide receivers, or is it just going to be a Henderson type day, a slog and clog? What's your thought on that? Or if you do, who is your wide receiver?
I mean, Cooper Kupp back to 15%. That's surprising because I think he should be over 20 again. 7,900 is the same as he has been, and we act like he had a bad game when Robert Woods had his great game, but Cooper Kupp didn't get outscored by much in Woods' breakout game last Thursday. Kupp was still very relevant.
Yeah.
So give me Cooper Kupp against anybody on that Giants defense, including Bradbury, who got absolutely barbecued by CeeDee Lamb last week. He still got smoke coming off of him.
Yeah, he's getting beat up in all kinds of film room. This week, just watching his performance. You're alone there. CeeDee Lamb is the man, but still you're exposed. Well, I think Robert Woods too. Showed you what you could do. He could do, and we knew this, but he's got a nice little bump rate as well if he does. So you could do a double stack in this because I like the 6,700 for Stafford. It's very optimal. I thought he'd be like 7,100 or something. It surprised me he was so cheap. What do you think about him as a QB if you're not going to go Mahomes or if you're kind of looking for somebody in that mid range?
Pretty solid. I mean, he's a great quarterback. He's going to throw it a bunch. I'm a little concerned about the upside because if they get off to a giant lead because the Giants are so terrible, then it's going to be a lot of Henderson, and that's why he's so highly rostered. So Stafford for cash, but not maybe more for tournament than cash because I don't know how many passing attempts he's going to have at the end of the day.
I wonder too, though. Sometimes when you're on the road, maybe you just go for the blowout. I don't know. And they've got their +8.5 for the Giants at home. I mean, that's no bueno. That's not good.
That means that they're really saying that the Rams are going to win by 11.5 because I always get the 3-point bump for home games.
Even the Giants, sadly, it's just like, can we knock it off for the Giants? No, we're going to have to give it to them. The Jets, they'll, for sure. Anybody else you want to touch on before we jump over to the Bengals visiting the Detroit ankle biting, knee biting, whoever, Dan Campbell crying, Detroit Lions?
My tournament leverage play is going to be Devontae Booker. He's going to catch a lot of passes. He's a great pass catcher. He's pretty elusive. He looked pretty good as a receiving back last year for Vegas. Moved on to the Giants, fell into 20 points last week when Saquon rolled his ankle. So if you're going to say any tournament running backs in that mid price or low to mid price, I'm taking Devontae Booker over Darrell Williams 10 out of 10 times. Yeah,
it's so interesting checking up on both of them. 4% is I'm surprised by that. I think it should be higher. I thought it would be like 10%.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Okay, fine. You shut your mouth.
Because we knew Booker was going to be the starter going into this week. And he was nice and shiny. And then 3 more running backs were announced as out. 3 more stud running backs. So their backups are getting way more attention.
Yeah, it's just so interesting because I thought it'd be more like, okay, never mind, be quiet. No, I like that too. A little sneaky back out of that game. Let's talk about the next game, which I think it should be a higher score. I think the Bengals should be +6 and a hook if you want to get the hooks involved. What do you think about this game? Do you think Detroit covered this? Do you think they went outright? Is this their first win of the season since they fake?
Yes.
Yeah,
the Bengals are decent. The Bengals are not as bad as the record shows. The Lions are definitely not as bad as the record shows. They've lost 4 of their 5 games by a very close margin. I'll take Detroit getting their first win this week.
Do you think it goes over or under? Defensive struggle. Detroit did a really good job last week keeping Minnesota in check. Surprising.
If Detroit wins, I think it's over though. I think it's over if they win.
Yeah. I do like Jamar Chase in this game. Talk to me about the wide receiver situation. Who are you favoring in this matchup? T. Higgins, 5,300. I mean, that's kind of
all three Bengals are going to be in play. Detroit's defense is atrocious. All 3 levels. You can't fade anybody in Cincinnati. I like some of the Detroit guys too. This is going to be a game without much defense. There's not going to be defensive plays.
What's that word? Defense. Defense. Yeah, really close. 15%, 16%. The rostership there. D. Higgins 5,300, kind of overshadowing. I mean, Jamar Chase has the bigger upside. Touchdowns in 6 touchdowns. Is that how many touchdowns he has?
Yes.
Is it 5?
5.
One each game? Oh, I was projecting.
He had one without. Yeah, he had one game without, but he had another game with 2. So he has 5 touchdowns and 5 career games.
No, I'm loving this too.
If it's at 10%, I'm hitting that so hard.
Yeah, no, that's a really good thing. And then let's take a look.
It looks like a pretty good advantage, 97%.
97% according to PFF. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just that's what we call optimal, or you're getting optimal there too. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know what's going on with DraftKings. That's cool. I don't care. DeAndre Swift. I love him all the time. I know Cincinnati is good against the run, but this is a PPR machine here. This is the PPR.
Three games over 20 points.
Right. PPR. I love him this week. You always play him, I think, in every matchup, and they're going to keep him running that 63, 62, 6100. Like, okay, I'll take 20 points every time. You're getting 3 max, particularly in cash. He's just safe. He's a safe floor. Anybody else that you're targeting in this one? Tight ends, Hawkinson. You going back to that well ever again?
No way.
Hey, mate. No, and neither's Rosie.
Rosie doesn't. Yeah,
there's no way to Hawkinson. I love Rosie. Just tell you the truth.
She's got some energy.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No, my favorite. If we're talking about high exposure players over every type of format, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4,200. He's gotten 8 targets each of the last 2 weeks, and Quintez Cephas is out for the season with the broken clavicle.
Yep.
Therefore, with a game where Goff should be chucking the rock, you can't ignore the sun god. Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to get tons of volume. If you give him another 8 to 10 targets, he's going to put up numbers, and at 4,200, that's a no-brainer.
I like that, and it's only at 7% projected rostership, which is nice. Anything under 10, you're doing well with that. You want that. And I like that. Let's jump over here to a game 51 and a hook for LA Chargers visiting the Baltimore Ravens here in the Maryland state I live in. What do you think about this matchup? They scored 70,000 points in the game last week. Was it 100 points? I heard something that was the first game in team who had ever scored 40 points, who had ever lost in like 443 games in NFL history, or something, or 333, some absurd number last week with all those points scored. You don't think this game shoots? You think it goes under?
No, it could very well shoot. I just think that after the Chargers were pretty disappointing on defense last week for the first time all season. They thought they had the Browns put away multiple times, and the Browns just kept scoring touchdowns. Nick Chubb is out this week, but he was healthy last week and just tore them up in the second half. Kareem Hunt got them good. The receivers, as banged up as they were, got the Chargers good. I'm surprised the Chargers gave up that many points, especially when they didn't force any turnovers. That was the crazy part, is they've been forcing turnovers all season long and didn't commit, and the Browns didn't commit any. And the Baltimore Ravens, that's a hot offense too. So a lot of people are going to be hitting this over. I might too. It's a pretty 51.5 isn't that big of a number really when you think about it. We just had an 85.
With Lamar Jackson, you know what I mean?
We just had an 85-point total last week with the Chargers. So it's I could see it going both ways, because both teams might want to slow the pace down to keep it a defensive field position battle with the running game. But at the same time, the upside in both sides of this game is crazy.
Here's what I think. I think the Ravens defense can't cover anybody. And I think
they got nobody healthy.
Yeah, I think they give up points as well. So I think I'm going to be favoring, I mean, not all the Ravens, running back or wide receivers there, but I'm trying to look here. This is the NFL. This is fantasy.nfl.com. I use this all the time. I love this. This gives your fantasy points against. And so I didn't find it, but I'll dip into that later. But in this matchup, I do really, like you said, they're banged up. I love Keenan Allen in this matchup. What do we hear about Mike Williams, though? Is he going to play? No practicing this week.
Yeah, so the thing that just came across the wire was barring a pregame setback, he's going to play, but he does have a knee contusion or whatever. So he's going to be running around, managing pain. Didn't seem to hurt him at all last week. So
good.
I'd be shocked if he didn't play and play well, especially against a Ravens secondary that really doesn't match up with him. But Keenan Allen is due. He's really due. He's been kind of meh most of the year. Justin Herbert is very, very top of the MVP race right now. The dude is absolutely amazing.
I think the only difference between the two players so far really is the touchdowns. I mean, and the big plays is the way that they, Mike Williams gets those. But you have 6-1 touchdown. I'm talking about fantasy points, kind of like looking at it from a raw standpoint. So I think there is some regression there, and it makes up for it, like you said today. He's 10% rostered, so people are seeing that value there at 6,400. I see it in cash. I think I like him in cash a lot. kind of gives you that safe base in a game that I think Lamar Jackson's going to score points. And I think Austin Eckler is a good play as well because, Eckler is, you saw what happened last week. They lean on him. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He's a bowling ball, man. Like, that's just what his nickname should be. He should be like the human bowling ball because he bounces off people. You think he's down. He comes out.
That was Mike Tolbert, though. You can't take Mike Tolbert's nickname.
Oh, that's his nickname? I didn't even know that. So,
yeah.
Well, he could be like the mini bowling ball for kids, like the little ones they play. You know what I mean? The duck pin bowling ball. He could be that.
I wrote this in both my articles. Austin Eckler is the closest thing we have to Christian McCaffrey, a healthy Christian McCaffrey right now.
Thank you.
Because we have Alvin Kamara not getting the same target share that he's been getting before.
Not on the slate at all. So you're
McCaffrey's been banged up. Eckler's putting up the big points totals now for receiving backs.
Yeah.
He's catching 5 to 7 balls every game. He's scoring touchdowns like crazy. He's chunking 5-6 yards a carry every game. This offense in general is on fire. It doesn't matter who they play. They're playing good defenses, bad defenses. They're scoring 40 on all of them.
This girl is on fire. No,
so if you're not playing Austin Eckler, or if you're afraid to spend up on Austin Eckler because he's not Christian McCaffrey and he's not Dalvin Cook, you're missing out on a ton of upside.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. And Mark Andrews, I don't even want to look and see. It's going to be so high. It's going to be like somebody in only 14%. Okay,
same as Kelsey. So they're splitting the chalk just like I thought they would.
Okay. I'm surprised the chalk. Would you double stack these guys in a stack attack? That would be tight end heavy.
Yes, I would. Because one way you can break up chalk is just putting them together.
Right. Because people aren't going to do that because they don't want to do that. As a tight end, they pick one or the other. So having them both gives you a leg up. I love it, my friend. This is what we do here on the Nimble W numbers.
Kelsey is at a stupid low price. $7,000 for Kelsey is absolutely stealing.
It's stealing.
And then Andrews 5,200 after he scored 44 points last week.
It was the third highest score of all behind your boy Tyreek Hill and then Derrick Henry. So, I mean, give it to him as the third highest all year. As a tight end. As a tight end, number one.
Yeah.
So,
And guess what? The Chargers are 30th against opposing tight ends. That's their Achilles heel. Look what David Njoku did to them last week.
73-yard just bloomed to the house. Yeah, not good. Not good. I love it for Mark Andrews this week. I like Justin Herbert too. If you're not going to go high up, if you're going to go a little bit lower, Herbie's he's getting it done. He's getting 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. He had a couple down weeks in the beginning, but this guy gets it done. I love.
How is he going to be? I want to see Herbie's.
All right, I bet you it is
12. I say 12.
12. Let's see. 11.7. So very close. Yeah, I was thinking 13. So you beat me.
It says 4. It says 4 for
that's Lamar. Oh, that's even better. 4%.
Oh,
yeah.
So you're saying I should play Herbert?
Yeah, with
Herbert,
Allen, Herbert,
yeah. Or just Herbert and Eckler running back with Andrews and Bateman.
Oh, Bateman, I love. So the Bateman one I did play in the clash with you of the Beards and the Bellies, 3K. I know he's not going to be on the field for that much. Maybe he gets 10 snaps. Maybe he gets 8 routes. Maybe he gets 3 targets. I don't know. But, if he gets one downfield,
keep him off the field.
He's a beast, man. And Sammy Watkins got hurt at a great time for him to have an opportunity, honestly, just to be able to get in there. You see him in the practice field. I think his growing's okay now, and he's good to go. So I'm really excited for him. And
coming into the draft, I called him a faster version of Stephon Diggs. That's how well-rounded this kid is.
He's a great route runner too, just like tremendous route runner.
He's a tremendous route runner. He's got insanely good hands. Like we're talking, he is a Stephon Diggs clone if he develops into that. He looks just like Stephon Diggs on the field. If you just take away their jersey numbers and put them on the field next to each other, they're the same guy, except Bateman runs a 4.39.
It's crazy. So, it's 0% roster. 0.
They want to wait and see.
I know, but listen, you put him in anything, he's just like a lotto ticket because no one else has him. He just differentiates you for 3K. And you can do other things.
I like that.
That's all I'm saying.
I think that Mr. GPP likes Rashad Bateman. That would be nimble. Nimble likes Rashad.
I do. I think he's just a good upside play in this game, because there are opportunities. You see Lamar scrambling. And so I not that I don't like Hollywood, not that I don't like Andrews. There's a bunch of great plays, but I think Lamar's is going to be the one that's the biggest 16% rostered. So let's jump to another game. I think this game goes under 45 points. Carolina hosting Minnesota. I think Minnesota struggles a little bit in this game. I like Dalvin Cook still. I'm not going to say for GPP.
How is Carolina an underdog here?
Yeah,
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Listen, I'm all aboard the Kirk Cousins train against trash, but Carolina's defense is not trash. They've been really good. They've got some cornerbacks coming in too. They replaced. They move quick, man. They've got 2 new cornerbacks and just like boom, 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 boom. So
when JC Horn comes back, they'll have 3.
They'll have 3, right? It's just crazy. So I think this matchup is not as cut and dry. I asked it earlier on the Sports Me app. Shout out Sports Me app. Who do you think is the better start? 6,100. Sam Darnold, 6,200. Kirk Cousins. Surprisingly, people were going Kirk Cousins besides yourself. Let's check and see what the public is doing. Okay, 3 and 2%. I think it should be a little less. Sam Darnold should be a little higher, honestly. I think Sam Darnold has much more upside. DJ Moore, particular, has a good matchup. What do you think about DJ Moore this week?
Smash City, 10% Smash City.
Yeah, and he's priced down, so it's too low.
Is anybody did Vegas watch any of the Vikings games this year? Their defense is terrible. The games they won, it's just when they're playing a bad defense. They're not playing a bad defense. Not only do I think Carolina is going to cover this easily, they're going to beat the living tar out of Minnesota. Minnesota doesn't stand a chance in this game.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about Mr. Chuba Hubbard? Is he somebody that you are playing? He was priced down. It didn't make sense.
I hate that I like him, but he's a great play this week in tournaments because what he just did last week, 20 points.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's a terrible defense. You can't ignore playing DFS. It's that easy sometimes.
I mean, look, he's got a boom rate, 43% according to Run the Sims over here at Run the Sims. And this is awesome. I mean,
I'd like to see him above 10% optimal level, but for a guy that's under 6K, this is insane. What are we doing here? Right. I think Chuba Hubbard's a terrible running back, but his opportunity against this defense at that price, you can't ignore him.
No, not at all. I love the home field advantage here. We'll see if Dalvin Cook
Carolina's going to destroy Minnesota. I'm calling it right now.
I like it
more than a touchdown.
We put our picks out there. I definitely picked Carolina as well in this. Let's go to a game that's about a little bit less, 44 in the hook. Green Bay goes to Chicago. Justin Fields, what can he do? Is that knee okay? Is he going to be able to play? What's going on here? He'll be fine. So what do you think about this game? It would be a 9-point favorite here for Green Bay if it wasn't a home little push there with the 3 points they always love to give out. We touched on that earlier. What do you think about this game? Does it go over, under? By the way, I looked up Devontae Adams. He's priced up to 9,000, which is insane in the membrane to me because the last 2 games he's played in Chicago, he has not done that well. I know they have different cornerbacks there now. It's a different situation, but still, is that too high a price, or am I just kind of like overreacting to past history that doesn't matter?
So go to his roster ship and see what the 9,000 actually did, because I'll be interested to see that. It didn't do a damn thing. 22% expected.
Yeah.
So that's the only red flag I see is that you're spending 9,000 out of 50 on DraftKings, and you're getting a guy who a quarter of everybody's going to have.
Yeah.
Against a tough defense on the road.
Yeah, and the optimal level he has is minus 6.9%.
Not good. Not ideal.
That's
although last week, guess who had the lowest optimal level on the slate was? Just take a guess.
Devontae Adams?
No, last week the lowest optimal level was Kadarius Toney.
Well, is that because they didn't know he was going to be starting? Is that why?
No, they knew. Everybody knew, but they felt like he was still overpriced for what his expected output was going to be based on his price, because his price got marked up by almost 1,000 from week 4 to week 5. I'm not saying Adams is going to do the same thing. He could put up another 40 burger for all we know, but it's very unlikely. But for a cash game, if you want to spend up on Devontae Adams, by all means, he's still worth it.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the running back situation in this game here? Are you buying into Khalil Herbert? You talked about him last week. You're all over it. I loved it. What do you think about this?
Yeah, for cash games for sure. Tournaments, he's just too popular because I mean, look, he's like what I said, the whole injury replacement followed by the COVID test for Damian Williams. It's fresh news. Everybody knows that Khalil Herbert's getting the full workload on Sunday. And there you go, 22% and a negative 15% optimal.
That's bad. Not the good.
Big bust rate because he's a rookie. He's a rookie that hasn't proven much. He's looked great when he's been on the field. I love him as a prospect. I love him in cash games because he's a free square that's going to get a lot of work against a pretty mediocre Packers defense. That being said, in a tournament, you don't want to have too much of him.
I mean, imagine if you had him and then you go back and had, a few friends who were 22% from other games, and your roster is just chalky as fuck,
Chalky as Benadryl, man.
Yeah, you don't want that. That's not good at all. Let's look at the quarterbacks here and just kind of see where the public is in on them. Okay, so both are kind of down. Not on them at all. That's interesting. I like that. They both have projected ceilings that are within the range of outcomes. I'm not favoring really either one of them in this game. I think it is a little bit more of a defensive struggle. I think there's cheaper, better plays from games that are get higher.
I'm still gonna have a little bit of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, I always have some Rodgers. I'm just not heavily targeting Rodgers.
Him at 4%. That's kind of nice.
It is nice if you want to differentiate yourself.
Because the Bears do get beat deep every once in a while, and I don't know whether it's gonna be Adams or Alan Lazard or whoever the hell could catch a deep ball. Could be Aaron Jones for all we know. Or Tunyon could wake up from his slumber this year.
Yeah, he could.
I'll have a little bit of Aaron Rodgers with a couple different pieces around him. But this game, like you said, is probably going to be under.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be Chicago struggling to score some points just because, rookie, double rookies in the backfield. That's not normally. And Matt Nagy, I know he's not calling the plays anymore, which is probably an upgrade for the offense. But but I think that eats in. Justin Fields eats into Khalil Herbert's value a little bit, scrambling, and hopefully he can scramble a little bit. And if he's down there, score your touchdown if you play him. All right, let's jump to the next game. Cleveland, Arizona. This is going to be a prime time kickoff, the late window. I love this game here. I think a lot of people do this week.
Game of the week.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dallas, New England is a game too I like to a lot. That's a good game too. So we'll get that at the end of this little segment. We're saving for the last one because it's your homeboys. Love the jersey, by the way. Shout out TP. You want to get that full thing on there? Yeah, hell's yeah, man. Looks great. The Arizona Cleveland. We have 5% rostered here for our guy Kyler Murray. He's been pretty well stated. He knows we know what he can do.
My mind.
Yeah. I thought that'd be higher.
We just saw Justin Herbert drop 45 points on this defense. So basically, if you have a quarterback who can escape that pass rush, they're gonna
price down.
Well, yeah, 79's it's up there. It's second most behind Mahomes at 83.
But he's priced down though. He was up at 82 last week, so he's priced down 300. You're getting a little bit of value.
He had his worst game of the year last year.
Of course. Listen, this is what's so crazy. You said it earlier. Each week, last week is not indicative of this week. Like somebody struggles,
but it affects the algorithm. The algorithm is taking into account. I think 30% of the algorithm for future prices has to do with the week before because they're trying to create a pattern.
Right.
Makes sense. Kelsey's at 7,000 flat. That's why you have Kyler Murray priced under 8,000. But what shocks me is that he's going to be under 10% owned. That blows my mind. Kyler Murray is a lock. Well, he's going to be mad. He's going to be really mad that he didn't blow up last week.
Yeah,
they're still on the game.
Well, I think what's crazy is that he has still been pretty dominant. He's done a great job, and his team's looking stout. It's crazy, So, yeah, it's crazy. But let's talk about this Kareem Hunt. That number is just insane in the memory.
That's the Derrick Henry number.
Yeah, that's blowing my mind here. It's like no one thought of it, but you think you're masterminding here in cash.
It's going to be higher.
In
Just
cash,
think about,
I have him, so I'm okay with him in cash against you. I think
in cash, it's going to be closer to 90-95%.
Right.
And in single entry tournaments, it's going to be around 50-60%. Kareem Hunt is going to be the ultimate chalk.
Yeah,
he's not 100% either.
Right.
He's still banged up. That's why a lot of people are they're going back to last year when they blew their fab on Dearness Johnson when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
I do remember that.
Nick Chubb got hurt.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt wasn't 100%. Everybody went out and spent their fab on Dearness Johnson, and he didn't do anything because he wasn't anything.
Yeah.
Hunt was the same player he was when Chubb was in the game. He was even a tick down from that.
I think he underperformed.
Yeah, he underperformed. The whole offense did.
Yeah.
Until Chubb came back.
It's really chalky on
you know what the difference is, though, is Demetric Felton, the rookie out of UCLA, is there. And they've created some packages of plays with him as a receiver, as a slot guy, as a slasher. And him at the minimum running back price is much more appealing in a tournament to me than Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. I also want to run it back with on the wide receiver side. You've got two low priced wide receivers, who are linking up. I think Rondale Moore is just a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. I kind of always want to have some of him. What do you think? The rostership here for the wide receivers is just down across the board. Nobody wants any of them. You know what I mean?
Kyler Murray was at 4%. What do you expect? This is calling our name. It's saying,
"Oh my God,
hey idiots, play the Cardinals stack. You idiots, play the Cardinals stack. The Cardinals."
This is crazy. Did you think this was going to be this way?
No, Kyler, Hopkins, and Rondale run it back with Demetric Felton.
Oh my goodness!
Back with Rashard Higgins or something like that. Run it back with Odell Beckham Jr. for all we care, because he's priced down and he can blow up at any time too.
Look at this, AJ Green 1%, Rondale Moore 1%. What?
Look at the index too. Occupy loves these guys.
Oh my golly moly!
And that calls. Remember how we said how much Occupy loved Myles Gaskin last week, and we laughed at him.
Yeah, we shouldn't doubt.
Yeah, the dude had 10 catches. He didn't run well worth a damn, but he caught 10 balls and scored a ton of points. Two receiving touchdowns.
Oh man, I really do think that this game is going to be Arizona's to have. But what do you think about this game?
Destroy them.
Yeah, you're all over that too. Anybody else that you want to play? Are you going to run it back with anybody else? You playing any Baker at all? I'm not a Baker truther personally.
Not against this defense. Arizona's defense is stout. I'm playing Arizona's defense some too. Edmund's shoulder still worries me. James Conner is a nothing burger. I don't want to have to rely on him falling into the end zone twice again for his 12.5 points on the game.
Not my favorite thing either.
This passing game, though, Kyler Murray stacked with DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore, AJ Green, you could name it. But think about Rondale Moore. You wanted me to talk about Rondale. This is the one game clarity window. It's like we have one game before Zach Ertz is going to play next week where we know that Rondale Moore has command over the short passing game. Because there's no Max Williams.
Right.
They're starting Darnell Daniels or whatever his name is at tight
end. Who?
Yeah, he's a blocking tight end.
Yeah,
Max Williams was a good receiver, and I hope he's okay. But he had a really gruesome knee injury. But Rondale Moore, for one game, we know he's the short yardage guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy that's going to be running those little hook routes or the little wheel routes, those little shovel passes, and it won't be a tight end that takes those from him.
Yeah.
So for 1 week, you can play Rondale with confidence.
And he can take one of those to the house anytime because he's a
slicky little fella. Did you see that catch?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's a professional footballer. Yeah, he is indeed. I love him, man. He's one of my favorite little plays. As soon as I talked about him on the phone with Mike Collins today, he was just like, like when you become best friends, you're like Rondale Moore, like you say at the same time,
John Stamos.
John Stamos. So I do like that. Let's talk about a game that everybody kind of hates, which I understand why everybody hates it here. Denver -4 for Denver. LA Raiders. Sorry, LA. I call them LA. Vegas Raiders. Excuse me, please. I Misspoke there. Versus Denver. What do you think about this game?
Denver's going to crush them.
Yeah, I think they're in disarray over there.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, it's not good. Derek Carr, not doing great.
How many emails did you go and delete after that?
None. I'll tell you a true story.
What happens when you're not a scumbag is you don't have to worry about this.
Yeah, I'll tell you a true story, man. When I was in my master's program to become my admin degree, I was with a cohort of people, and we had a professor who was rather particularly tough. And so several people who are employed by my employer were on the employee email, using employee email to like badmouth these guys and talk ass about them and cuss and stuff. I was just like, I wrote in there like, I would advise you not to write anything in this change. I encourage you to make a good choice or something like that. Then I saw my class there. They were like, "Do you think you're the email police?" I was like, "No, like you don't want to write that stuff on your email." What are you talking about? It's like every email starts with, "I hope you are doing well," that I've ever written that goes out there. So you gotta get, that's my game, that face. That's how it always goes.
There is no way to delete an email from the internet existing.
No,
it will be there forever, no matter what. Somebody will find it one day and use it against you. Don't be a scumbag. Don't be John Gruden.
Well, my emails, I hope they unearth one day that they read, is like email battles between me and my league mates. It started one day with my friend Chris Mutimer, who he's my BFF's league here. He's in my main league, and we were in a league 15 years ago. And his mom was getting remarried, and his name was Marzio. I called him Habelardo in the chat. I said, "I hope your mom has fun getting married to Habelardo." And he got so mad and started talking shit. So, but he was kind of semi-literate at the time. He was studying to be a lawyer in law school, and he'd write emails to the league, and theirs would be all messed up. And so I correct him I said, "Man, I teach second grade, bro. Let me help you with your diction." Give him the hardest time. So I hope they unearthed these emails, because they were like years of me joning. They'd be like, "This guy went to town on this guy, man. He was always up his ass about
there's a dead body."
Yeah, like Grammarly. I was the Grammarly for him. I Grammarlyed him. So
you know how I am. I barely need Grammarly these days.
No, you're really good. I like Javonte Williams. What do you think about Melvin Gordon? Is he playing at all? He's
playing. I wish he wasn't.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
Again, temper.
Sorry.
As long as the ghost of Melvin Gordon is floating about, we can't be too high on Javonte.
I know.
He looks better every time he touches the ball. We're wondering, who's this young whippersnapper that's breaking tackles?
I might have some though. I might just dabble.
Just a sprinkle,
just a little. My beak.
You don't want to miss it when Javonte Williams takes a dump, because it's gonna be a big one.
No, I'm with you. All right, let's jump up to my favorite game. Honestly, my two favorite games were, I think I talked about them. I really like the Baltimore LA Chargers game, and then this game to me, man. And I like it because of Dallas. I like it. And I think that Mac Jones and Hunter Henry are going to do some special things in this game. I better hope indeed. I like him a lot this week. At 3,900 is just they priced him up $200 after he scores 20 points. Great job, DraftKings. You guys are some geniuses. Like, you're really getting it. I love it. Hey,
keep real people setting these prices.
I know. Whatever.
These aren't people, Scott.
I know. It's just like watching Truman.
It's like two-thirds or something like that of Facebook conservative share groups are adminned by Eastern European bot farms. That's what DraftKings pricing is. It's just the Eastern European bot farm. That's why we get Travis Kelce for 7,000 flat this week.
What do you think of this question? Henderson or Mixon? You have both against me, as we revealed. I said Henderson. What do you think? Mixon or Henderson?
Mixon.
Oh, Mixon for Bo.
We do know that Mixon's playing the Detroit Lions.
Yes, Detroit Lions suck against the running backs.
And you know that Mixon's going to get all those running back looks, and Henderson will offload about 20% to Sony Michel.
Yeah, it might be true. But let's back to this other game here we're talking about here. Let's look at the quarterback rostership from the outbreak. We'll run it down. Only 5%.
Oh, Dak Prescott.
That is
Dak Prescott, 5%.
wow.
Smash spot.
That is so. And let's look at his weapons as he will go to Zeke first. How is Zeke doing, by the way? Is he okay?
He's fine. He had a sore knee last week and scored 25 points. I think he's doing fine.
Yeah, he doesn't need any help right now. Apparently,
look at that boom rate, 21%.
Yeah, that's good for running backs, right? I like that. Let's talk wide receivers now. You know, we have some wide receivers here. What do you think of both sides of this coin here? I'm just being in Dallas.
Why is Amari Cooper so chalky?
I don't know.
6,000, I guess. I mean, that's still up there because he's so inconsistent. I mean, I guess he's the quintessential tournament play every week because you don't know whether he's going to score 4 or 34.
That's true.
But Lamb being at 9% is really nice.
Yeah, but look at the bust rate. Look at the bust rate here. Yeah, I didn't do I wanted, but if you look at them, you know,
both of these defenses have shown flashes of brilliance where they can selectively shut down somebody. The Patriots shut down Brandon Cooks last week. We have two defenses that have eliminated the best option for the opposing team.
Right.
Across the board. We just don't know which one's going to be the one that Chick decides to eliminate. If I'm a betting man, he's going to try to stop Zeke and force Dak Prescott to beat them.
I think he'll beat him though.
He will because this passing attack is lethal.
Yeah. Well, on the tight end side here, very interesting. You know, I like tight ends, and I cannot lie. This game's got two good ones. They're scoring high.
You know what I hope?
Nothing happens either on the tight end side.
No, I hope that it's a Jonnu Smith breakout game.
You mother chucker, you son of a beach. Man.
Because when I saw Hunter Henry flash on your screen there, I was like, oh, man, I'm going to play some Jonnu Smith this week because Captain Snowflake is in town and he's riding in with Hunter fucking Henry.
I'm going balls to the walls.
Captain Snowflake says Hunter Henry. I'm going Jonnu Smith all the way.
You can call me Olaf if you beat me this week. I'm having
a snowman.
I'm having Craig build the gift.
You could have built a snowman last week. I know.
You. Well, you know what, man? You too. You and I both went heavy bone with the Giants. Every Giant player we have got hurt. It's ridiculous. Force them out for them. But in this game, do you like any pay down New England running back? You know, do you like Ramondre Stevenson? Do you like a little Bolden? Do you like nothing? What do you think about these leverage plays here? You know, not a lot of projected rostership. You know, nothing really. 1%. Because
they suck.
Yeah, of course.
Like Ramondre is not good. Like people love Ramondre. I don't get it. He was terrible. He was like his long touchdown run in the preseason. He basically ran off tackle right, and there was nobody there.
Yeah, and
nobody. He was untouched around the right corner, down the sidelines. Nobody even came within 5 yards of him. All they did was hand it off and let Ramondre run to the sideline, then up the field and score. And everybody's like, "Oh, Ramondre looks great." I'm like,
and scrubs were chasing him too. Let's just be honest.
And they weren't chasing him. They were just like, "Oh, there goes Ramondre."
And that was the weakest edge I've ever seen. I watched that play today. It did not impress me. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Dude ran a 4.65 40. He has no lateral agility. He's got really good vision. I like his vision.
He might get a goal line sniff. You know, that might happen.
He's a tough runner. He's a big physical guy. He looks a lot like LeGarrette Blount. But it's just so ugly because Cowboys are really good at run defense this year. They're top 10 this year. So I don't want any of these guys, maybe except for Brandon Bolden because he's the receiving back. And that's the one place the Cowboys have been hit with is the receiving backs.
Yes. Well, and I'm thinking too that maybe it's going to be a game where you have to be dumping the ball off, trailing. I think Dallas beats them by more than 3. I think Dallas beats them by a touchdown, honestly. So I like Dak a lot. He's an MVP candidate for me after this game.
Dak at 5%. That is wheels up.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. All right, let's transition here. We're going to build a Millie Maker lineup using my favorite tools here over. We were just using Run the Sims. Please go down, check run thesims.com. at runthesims.com. Check down in the partner links on YouTube. Click down. You can get a free account. Sign up. It's awesome. This is one of the pay sites that you have to go side of it, but it's still awesome. If some of these free things you can get there. This is from Occupy Fantasy. Let's jump in here. Let's build a make a team. We've got one bolt in the chamber. I've got it ready to rock and roll. This is brought to you by Brian Jester and the team over at Occupy Fantasy.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
With this new information.
What new information? What?
Cardinal stack, baby.
Cardinal stack attack. Hopkins.
Did you know that our healthy options last week in the build that we made, the options that didn't get hurt mid-game, were averaging 30 points out of all the guys?
I did not know that. That sounds very sexy. I believe that.
That sounds really depressing.
Well, no, it's just with injury
strikes. From, we're on pace to win thousands of dollars to you win nothing. Come back next year.
Injury strikes, man. Injury strikes. You can never project injury. Like that's just, it's not optimal. What are you going to do? Yeah. So where do you want to go with our quarterback for this? When you look at, we can do it by how much it's rostered here. We got, from Lamar down, we can see, Taylor Heineke, kind of a run back. Burrow, we're going to stack attack him here with Murray, 5%. So,
not Herbert, though.
Oh, yeah. How much is Herbert?
Way cheaper, or 600 less.
Oh,
higher index score. Baltimore secondary.
Let me get him out of here. Okay.
I do like having Hopkins and more there, though.
Okay, so let's do him. You would have him with
Eckler.
I have to get off position too. There we go. Eckler, and then
money. We got some money spent.
we have money spent for sure. Let's look at anybody running back that we want to get up, and let's go off team. Okay.
What do you think here? We spent up for Eckler. I like that a lot, especially paired with Herbert.
Yeah, I think we have to think about who has the biggest upside at their price.
Darrell Williams, not Darrell.
No. I'm thinking more. I mean, what do you think about Chuba Hubbard at 59? Is that too expensive for us? Do we have to go lower, or do you just want to go Darrell Henderson at 60? I think Darrell Henderson's better, 1,000 more. Let's put him in there, and then tight end. Let's see. Do you want to put in a running back in this game with a Mark Andrews?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, and then defense. Let's go to defense. We can see where the defenses are. I'm interested in the rostership of defenses for sure.
Yeah.
Colts, really? Wow. Against Houston. What do you think about the Ravens being 13%? So cheap at 2,300?
Makes sense. 23 for a defense that's historically good. Of course they're popular.
Yeah.
They're not good this year, but
yeah.
I like the Cardinals at 27. I like the Chargers at 25.
Let's put in the Chargers at 20.
Sort by index.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like either one of my guys.
Well, yeah.
Carolina, that's surprising.
Yeah, interesting enough.
I like Carolina against the Vikings more than I like the other way around. They're $100 apart.
Yeah, it is interesting where I the price wise, yeah. How much is Carolina?
Or what are they? Dallas. Dallas against New England. Mac Jones turning the ball over left and right.
How much is Dallas?
20.
Find him. Where are these guys? He's on the next page.
32 for Dallas.
Is that too expensive for us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chargers. I don't know why I like the Chargers so much, but their defense is rebound worthy, and they're only 2,500.
Okay.
1%, and we
have. Yeah. Do we want to go so heavy on that game that we?
No.
Why
are we spending so much time on the defense?
I like the Cardinals. We put the Cardinals in.
Yeah.
Let's do the Cardinals.
We're not running back with any of their opponent, are we?
No. We have their wide receivers. So, does that eat into our points? You know what I mean? So not 2,700. I think it's
2,700 for a good defense it's pretty tough.
Yeah. So how much we have? We've got 4,200 left for each. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Spend up and then get like somebody like Bateman at 3K, and then we have some money.
I think I'm on your page there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. And 1% rostered. So that gives us 5,500 for our flex.
Was it 55?
55.
I was gonna do the same thing, so that's creepy.
Well, no, it's just from the footballers. They love to do that. So it gets you hyped, and we've all heard it a bunch of times. So.
I haven't watched the footballers in like a month.
Oh, me too. Me neither. So who's at 55? Who's somebody who you're looking here at? T. Higgins is at 53.
Uh-huh.
You think T. Higgins is that the guy you're looking for?
No. Let's see. Go there. 55. To the top. Go. Oh man. Maybe I was wrong. 55.
Who are you looking for? Was there someone that you were particularly fond of?
No, they're way less than 55.
Who is it?
Was Michael Pittman, but
he's 53. He's 55.
Michael Pittman, 12% for Michael Pittman.
Right, but let's look at our build so far. Right, we're at 59%. We're really diversified here. Like no one has any of our plays. That's all I'm saying.
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean we could change running backs though, and then do something different to flex.
Or
if you want to.
Yeah, I mean I think Henderson is our most chalky player out there too.
Yeah,
I'm not too keen on going with Bateman with Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
I'd rather have just Mark Andrews.
Yeah, so let's change that, right? Let's get rid of Mark Andrews.
I was going to keep Andrews.
Oh, you want to get rid of Bateman?
Yeah, because we can go with like Ricky Seals-Jones at 3K and
okay,
or a tight end. But I like Andrews. Maybe double tight end week. This is a double tight end week, right?
I am with you on the double tight end, and then Ricky Seals-Jones I think is a great one. I'm interested in the rostership. 14%. You need a little chalk there.
Well, right? Because it's the same as Kelsey, right? Kelsey and those top three guys are all 14%.
Yeah. So where do we want to go now we go back to Henderson, or you just want to look at running backs in general and see,
now
what we have.
Now we can do we can spend up a little bit more on wide receiver if you want to get Brandon Cooks.
Oh, I do want to get Brandon Cooks. Let's get Brandon Cooks. That makes me happy. Yeah,
he's 58, and that leaves us with 56.
Yeah, I wonder how chalky he is. I think he'd be chalky, and he.
Nope, 6%.
Can you see him?
6%.
I'm not. I'm
6%.
Like
it's sorted by percent. Go to 6.
I see him. The problem is he's down on the bottom of my screen over here, and
there you go.
There we go. All right, Brandon Cooks, and then our running back. How much do we have? We've got 5,700 still. That's pretty good. Let's check and see.
Range there. I remember this range. I built a few with.
Okay, so we've got
Vontae Booker.
You like Booker?
Then you can upgrade your defense if you want.
Okay, so Booker barely. So how much money do we have? We have 300. So, okay, let's go check the defenses. I do like that. Get rid of the Cardinals. Okay. We'll go Panthers.
I would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would think so as well. I would think so. I do like this. Yeah. This looks promising here. I like the stack. I like Mark Andrews. I like Ricky Seals. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this DraftKings. We're gonna put it into DraftKings. So
It's a wild one.
It is.
Got some flavor to it.
You know, wild ones are the
funky.
best. Yeah, the
It's a
wild
little
ones
funky there, Scott.
Wild ones are the best ones, though, bro. You know what I mean?
They got to taste a little bit sour to win the millie. You know, it's not.
Well, you're not looking for the sexiest builds necessarily. You know, I think everybody wants to be sexy. You know, sometimes you're just not as sexy as you want to be. You know, but you're.
I can't relate, but.
Well, dude, listen. I'm just talking about other people. I'm assuming that's how it goes. You know, but you know, I don't know personally. You know, myself. We are the world's sexiest DFS show for now. So,
espectáculo de DFS.
Yeah.
Guapo en todo el mundo.
Sí.
Por ahora.
Yes, sí. Yeah. So, who's later game? I think is it not the same time here, or
it doesn't say on this screen. That's what I don't like about this build screen is it shows you on the app, but it doesn't show you on the web version.
Oh yeah. Okay. And then I think we're
shout out DraftKings, fix this screen.
Yes, for sure.
We want to see what time the game is on.
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
All right, find it anywhere else. You can build it anywhere else and know which window they're in, except for right here.
Yeah, it's really annoying. But you know, we entered it here in the Millie Maker. So let's go over it again. Justin Herbert, Devontae Booker, Austin Eckler, Brandon Cooks, DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore, Ricky Seals-Jones, Mark Andrews, the Panthers D. We left 100 on the table. I like this. This is good. And then now I'm tasked with finding, my own work. But I figured out how to find my own work, right?
Amigo.
Yeah, I am. You are my amigo, my friend. So,
your best friend.
I am my best friend.
You Shane Lizard.
Shane Lizard.
You really think my name is Shane Lizard? Yeah, that's a cool name.
Excuse me. You really think my name is Shane Lizard? Yeah. So I'm back in Hotbox. I'm not over. I'm like, where's Bo? I know that you'd retweeted. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. You know, I know we're okay. Here we are. So let's take a look at the clash. I have my man Henry.
Beards and Bellies.
Yeah. So let's go to the lines real quick. Patrick Mahomes.
Sex.
Yeah, it's just sex. You got your boy Henderson, who I do like. Joe Mixon. What do you think about Joe Mixon? What do you think he gets around 23, 24 points? Or is he getting maybe 30? Did he get there?
He's got the ceiling to do it, especially if it ends, but I'm just hoping for 20.
20, right? I like it. Talk about Jamar Chase real quick.
Dude just scores touchdowns, man.
Oh, he does, right? He got great connection. He knows that guy, Joe Burrow, a little bit, right? He did great things with him and when they were like little kids or something. I don't remember. Who knows?
Yeah, he set some records at Louisiana State University in 2019.
Is that like 2 years ago? Oh, that's pretty close. 2
years ago.
I like it. Was the last time he played footballs with him, right?
Yeah.
Like he only plays with him. Like they're like best friends.
He only plays with Joe Burrow. He
plays great, right? They're like best friends.
I play with my stripy ball. My stripy ball with Joe.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? Remind me when we get off the air to do a video of all the highlights of his touchdowns so far this year, set to the music behind it. You're my best friend. I want to tell you about my best friend. Yeah, that's what I'm playing. Yeah, because that is the truth. Brandon Cooks, I think 10 touchdowns. The Indianapolis Colts have given up. Beware of Brandon Cooks this week. I think he gets in the end zone. I'm on St. Brown. I love this play. 4,200. It's a really good play. And then Kelsey's the truth. I have him as well. Ricky Seals-Jones. I think you can outpace me there. And you got the Chargers up against Lamar. I love this picture of our boy Patty Mahomes just being all excited.
That was the last time we saw him happy.
Yeah, really. You got some great players here. I loved it. You got your boy Kelsey. Yeah.
Go to Ricky Seals-Jones and blurb. Read that one out loud.
Yeah, I looked and felt like a genius for playing Ricky Seals-Jones last week as bargain price. He was a solid contributor, hitting in near 4 max value without scoring a touchdown. still down at 3K. Look for the same volume and a higher likelihood of pay dirt in the fireworks game with the abysmal Chiefs defense. His likely opponent, Daniel Sorensen, couldn't cover a dead body with a tarp. Hell yeah. Brought to you by NibbleWnumbers.com. This guy's the motherfucking truth. I love it. Yeah, well, all I have to say is I said this. Last week, the top half of my life was injured or unreformed, and I entered the winter vortex, transforming into an all-off sneeze of a snowflake, according to Bowen Big Time. So that's who I am. I'm trying to get back. Oh, my screen's all.
I'd switch your image out because that one's pretty low res.
Yeah, I need to get that out. I'll just scroll through this quickly and go over it from the memory banks as well. I've got Patrick Mahomes, of course. Kareem Hunt, I do think he's just a good value at 6,200 in cash. Jonathan Taylor, 66. I like some running backs.
That's my favorite guy on your team.
Thank you. I like Keenan Allen this week as well. Brandon Cooks, you have him. You like that guy. Rashad Bateman, Travis Kelce, you know that guy as well. And then Hunter Henry.
We're both going double tight.
And then I think that the Kansas City Chiefs defense can pick off Heineke. I think there's a special teams touchdown here to be had by Pringle or Miko Hardman or somebody. So I like that. That wraps it up this week, man. Bo, where can people find you besides here just with me?
Bo_McBigTime on Twitter. Big Time Flavor _ on Instagram. That's where you're also going to find all the food porn I post with my products from BigTimeFlavor.co. That's where you can find Hot Box Gourmet Hot Sauce and 4 different unique seasoning blends. The new one, Shelby Street Heat, which is a Nashville hot blend, the Amigo all-purpose blend, Smoke Shack barbecue rub, and It's Taco Season. So go to BigTimeFlavor.co, get yourself some flavors. It's the official punch in the mouth of fantasy football.
Yeah, and looks sexy as hell when you get in there.
I just uploaded the new logos onto the site this yesterday. So shout out Steven Roto for providing me some great logos for the new Shelby Street Heat name and the Amigo. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, you should get the bundle. This is the truth for me, man. I had chili tonight for dinner, loaded up with cheese, loaded up with goldfish, loaded it up with my hot box. Just open, dude. Oh man, like a murder scene.
Chili to a level
that motherfucker.
Unless you've put hot box in your chili, you really haven't experienced full on like balls to the wall chili.
I work it all in, man. I give it the rub dub. It's so good. So check him out there. Check him also out. He's writing for Ball Blast. He's writing for me. He also has articles that he wrote that if you want to win money, I would do that. Like as a person, you should go to Bo, and find his articles. Let me try to get back to the top of these. This is all my stuff here. I'm trying to. My website skills, Bo, I'm working on them. You know what I mean? I'm not the super nimblest of numbers, but I think I can find your content. If not, there it is. Hot cash from the King of Spice. I knew it. I have it at the top.
That's me.
It's posted at the top because it's the best content. It drives content the most. Please go check out Bo's plays. He gives you the best plays of the week over here at NimbleWnumbers.com. He's got touching stories about his daughter as well, who's amazing. One of my favorite little people in the world. I like his plays this week as well. These are his secret ingredients. I don't want to give them out. So if you're listening, hush, hush, unless you're coming over and looking at those. Also, check him out. Like I said, do you do IBT media as well? What are some of your podcasts that you're doing?
So I do this show. I do most weeks. We missed a couple weeks, but the Spicy Stack Show on Friday nights at 10 Eastern with David Stidham of Hammerjacks, the Hammercast Networks. And then Sunday morning, so bright and early tomorrow morning before lock, we're going to do the DFS Tailgate Show with In Between Media. That's with Nate Paulvote and Connor Coughlin. And sometimes Seth Woolcock will pop in because he's the face, the brains, and the good looks of In Between Media. It's a great organization to be a part of. And of course, Ball Blast. I want you to go and become a Blastronaut today because we're hammering DFS. It only costs $10 a month to be a pilot level Blastronaut. Join the Patreon for Ball Blast. You get access to all my DFS articles, which is a massive main slate article that was published today, and then one for every single showdown slate game. For primetime games, every Thursday night game, every Sunday night game, every Monday night game, you have showdown blasters that I write giving you huge edges in the showdown slate. We won more money on the showdown slate than all other things combined. It's been very profitable on showdown slate. It's become my little baby that I've nurtured from basically nothing, where I was terrible at showdown slate for the first half of last year. And then I just figured something out, and now it's behind a paywall. So I hope you like it. I hope you become a Blastronaut and win with us. We've had some tournament wins, like outright big GPP tournament wins from the Blastronaut crew. We've had some near Millie Maker winners. It's been that good, where we're just hammering showdown slate. And the main slate is, of course, kind of an overlap with the hot cash from the King of Spice, but also put in my favorite stacks, value plays, and tournament plays in that article as well.
No, I love it, brother. And do check out my work as well. I work at the Nimble W Numbers spots as well, which is good. I like it. The guy there, he's not a total jerk. That guy, he's pretty cool. But I got some Nimble GPP plays to get paid for yourself this week. As always, check those out. Check out Bo's work. Check out the Clash of the Beards and Bellies. We do love all the content that you come in and check out every week, and we appreciate everybody who does that. Hope you win money.
There's mirror shades in an Irish pub.
I wear mirror shades all the time. I've got a really cool pair here. I'll show you. They're like blue. My wife made fun of me, but I think they're pretty cool.
You probably deserved it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't, I like them. They're
blue
cool.
steel.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely blue steel. La Tigra.
Oh, you're for sure a cop.
Narc.
Anybody who can fold fitted sheets is definitely a cop. Shout out Samantha Praviti.
I cannot do that. Oh, Samantha's great. Love her too. Now, well, please do. And then I also write for the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Check that out. It's a price up, price down DraftKings value article each week. Comes out Friday. And then I also do the Mayo Media Network and partner with Run the Sims and partner with Occupy Fantasy and Prize Picks, codename Nimble, Underdog, codename Nimble, all those things. I know we have those guys here. They're around here. Let's get down to our partners. We're sexy as hell. That's why we're up on the front, because we're good. But yeah, we got all our partners down there. Do check them out. Each one of those guys, you sign up. We got free accounts you can get to, and then some paywalls as well that are worth getting behind. We use all the tools. We use all these, and we hope you guys have a great week.
So on your left lens, this chick, I think that's our bartender. She's just looking at you like, what a fool. In the reflection of your right.
I see her there. She looks like a ghost. It's kind of creepy. So, yeah. On that note, yeah, maybe she is. On that note, we'll see you guys next week. Hope you cash. Let us know when you do.